So I've failed many times in this business, many times, and never give up, never give up, because if you give up, all the hard work that you've done all these years, they just vanish. My name is Janardhan, but my friends call me JD. Uh, it's easy to remember. That's the idea. And well, I'm into food business for the past 7 years. Uh, Trying to explore myself. I don't belong to this industry, so my upbringing was quite normal, nothing special. Though I lived in a joint family, we were always together for one another. So it was a very nice experience. After we shifted to another house, when my father built another house, so it was quite lonely. Not many friends. Never really been interacting with a lot of people when I was a kid. So my upbringing was mixed, I would say.
You always knew that you wanted to become like a businessman later in life.
Okay, so just like how kids are, so when I was a kid, I wanted to be a pilot.
Okay.
And because I used to like these aircrafts, something that is flying up above, you can't really touch it, you can't really get it easily. And my inspiration was my grandfather, because he did a lot of business. He came from a family which had nothing, so they literally didn't have a house to stay in as well. So they were like, I don't say they were nomads, but they never had a proper place to stay. And he built a big empire of his own, the business. And after which I never took up that, because that was an engineering business and I never liked engineering. So I wanted to do something else in life science. So that is when I started that the fire to do business. It started in me. I wanted to do something on my own, and I always never liked to work for someone. It's been like that.
Being independent.
Yeah, I like to be independent. And see, taking decisions at the toughest time is the fun part. Regretting it is later, and you have to start something new. And I'm 33, overeducated in many places. So whenever okay, so in the middle, when I was just 3 years into the food business, I thought it's a huge failure, and I have considered going for a job elsewhere. So I have been to many interviews, and many people have told me that you're overeducated or overqualified for this job, and I'm going to pay you only 20,000 Indian rupees, which is barely enough for you to even spend for your travel and things like that. And yeah, so the first thing that struck my head is, if I don't do it now, I will probably never be able to do it later.
If you could change one thing, what would it be? Like in your life or in general?
Honestly speaking, there are a lot of things that I wish I could change. The last time I told you was something else, but now things have changed. So as and when every day there's something new that I really want to change. So my today's change is, well, I wish I could actually learn how to separate family and business. So most of the times I've not really found something known as free time. I never found that. Free time is Netflix. That is if I get time. So what I do is I sleep less. That is one thing that I really want to change. But yeah, so once I go back home after closing sales over here, I go back home, and my free time is probably spending time with my parents. But the worst part is I discuss about business with them. So there's nothing known as free time. And that's my story. I mean, like I'm over here in India with the idea of doing food business. I would like to explore more on this field as such.